These
as
are
a very young
brilliant.
dad. Oh my God.
No, he looks terrific.
I'm sure I'm up the back in this.
This is my mum.
That's their stall.
This is my mum's stall.
He sold a bit of curtain to a woman, you know, a terling curtain, and it had the elephants on it. And she came back the next week and she said, "See that curtain you sold me? The elephants are upside down." He says, "Ah, you got the Australian version."
When you had visitors coming to stay, the first place you brought them was the Barras.
Aye.
This was the kind of crowds that showed up. This was like a football crowd. It was thousands and thousands of people. And it's often been said that you come to the Barras and what you got was street theatre.
It was a circus, you know, and you could come every weekend and never hear the same thing. Even though the guy or the lady was selling the same thing, you never heard the same thing because the patter from the audience was different, you know. So yeah, it was a day out, basically a cheap day out. If you had money, you spent it, and if you didn't have to.
The whole of life used to play out in the middle of the Barras, you know. We had stalls inside and out, mostly outside. My dad had a fishing stall. My dad used to go in wholesalers, buy all his fishing gear and stuff. And he went in, he says, "That looks like waders." I went, "Aye, it's waders." He says, "Aye, but they're all left feet." And he went, "All right." He says, "Just give me them anyway." And the guy's like, "You'll be back with it?" I went, "No." He says, "Well, get it." He says, "Somebody will take them." So he puts them out in the tea chest. Get your waders, just pick your way through them, pick them out. There were two left feet. There were two left feet in all different sizes. So people were taking them, right? But then when they took them up the road, they didn't bring them back because they were left feet, because they knew. They were like, "I can't afford a good pair of waders," so just take the ones with left feet. They brought them back because they were leaking. And they said, "These are leaking." And do you know what they done? Following week, puncture repair kits were on sale. So for your waders, because it was still cheaper than buying a good pair of waders.
And that was my granny. And my mammy's brother, John Burrow, he sold luggage. That was when the glass swans came out. You'll remember them.
Aye, I remember them.
And you put a bit of crepe paper in and water, and the water will change colour inside the swan. Albert was the first one to bring them into Glasgow. And he called them Cathy Borelli swans after my mammy. My granny was a hawker originally, inside.
Wow, you're really good, aren't they?
The wee man in Barras, they were brilliant auctioneers. They days the auctioneers worked for them, say for saying sake, wanting £6 So for every pound the traders took in, they paid the auctioneer for the spiel.
Mama, she always worked. She only worked at the weekends with her family. And Dorothy and I, we were working.
Yeah.
We went on holiday. We'd saved up all year to go to Italy, so we went to Italy and we come back. And when we opened the door of the house, we fell with the cases on a big pile of tidy bins. My mad started up for herself. So that was her, that was how she started, you know.
Anyway, that's outside.
Very nice.
And that's us to the Barras today, 100 years old. It's been here, it's quite amazing. And I'm going to finish you with a poem. This poem was written by a Caltonian man called Matt McGinn, born in Ross Street, 2 streets away from where we are. And he wrote this about the Barras. For Christmas he bought her a wee golden ring, but later it made him embarrassed. He forgot the first thing to turn green in the spring, his jewellery bought at the Barras. Thanks very much indeed.